Okay. So yeah, I said I was gonna record it the same day. Then I got distracted, so then I didn't record. So now I'm recording it today, baby. Yes, sir. But yeah. So anyway, let me explain some stuff that happened in part 0. So Deku, he was having a vision, basically. So his chakra was giving him vision of his clan and stuff, I guess. I don't know if that happens, but yeah. Anyway, so uh Deku, Deku, he wakes up and he 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 feels weird. Y'all know, if y'all watch Boruto, y'all know how Boruto went into the mirror and looked in his eyes. He saw his eyes, and he saw that he had red eyes with black in it. Now, his eyes look like Madara internal, or Sasuke internal, or Itachi. Whatever you want them to look like. Just imagine whatever you want them to look like. And they look like that. So, now, Deku, he... Let me tell you the two that he got. I'm not gonna drop it like that and get him straight up Tsukuyomi or Komo Matsukami straight off the bat. I'm just gonna give him a Amaterasu and Izunami. Not the one that let you defy the laws of physics and stuff and stop yourself from dying and stuff. The one that puts you in the genjutsu where it's a loop. Now, Deku will get on the bus for school. He's 5 now. And he's on the bus and he's talking to Bakugo. Now, him and Bakugo are best friends. And they're talking about what their hero names are gonna be. And that type of thing. And when they get to school, the teacher says that they're going on a field trip. Now, when they're on the field trip, they went to a field trip of the let's just say they go on a field trip to view the campus of UA. Now, they are looking and they see lots of different things. And they see different students, different people, and then when they leave, they see something outside of the school. And that thing jumps onto the bus. Now the teacher is panicking. And the thing rips off the top of the bus. Now the bus driver stops at that point because he thinks that if he keeps going, that they're going to get too far away from heroes. Now, the person walks over and looks at Deku on the seat with Bakugo. And Deku's scared. He's shivering. And when the person reaches out to grab him, he moves out the way. He sees that there's a line telling him where his hand is going. And then he tries again, and Deku dodges it. Not a lot, but just barely. And then when he tries to hit Deku to knock him out, he sees black flames on his hand. Bakugo will look at Deku's eyes, and he will see that they are red with a mark on them. Now, as I said, you choose whatever they look like. Whatever you imagine is what they look like. Now, Deku, he wouldn't know what was going on. But the person, he would be a big person, and his hand will start burning. And he will start patting the fire out. And it will spread to his other hand, consuming him. And he's, at this point, his whole body is covered in flames. And after a while, after the flames have consumed him and burnt him all over, they think he is dead. Now, Deku would think that he had that power, but he would not know how he did it. So after that, it was no more field trips. He went home, and he told his mom about it. And his mom will talk to him and say that it must have been the villain. And he would be like, so I be the villain? And his mom would be like, yes, you be the villain. Not thinking that he actually was the one to do it. Now, time skip. And Deku is 14. He now knows flame control. He also knows, I'll say Tsukuyomi. Or should I? Yeah, Tsukuyomi. And Deku, he would be happy because he knows that it's the last day of school. Now, Deku, he would be talking to Bakugo, asking him, is he going to train with him so they can both go to UA? Bakugo is saying, yes, I'll practice with you, Deku, but just know I'm gonna crush you. Talking friendly, but competitive. And then the teacher comes in, and he throws the paper up saying that they all want to be heroes. And then he says Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya are the only two that want to go to UA. And they will both look happy because they know that they will make it. Because they know that they are strong. And Deku now knows. He knows Fireball Jutsu, Phoenix Flower, and Dragon. And tell me if you want him to have a wind release, lightning release, and wood or water. I'm going to say he has 3 chakra natures. But just for this one, I'm going to say he has lightning and water. So, Deku, he would get out of school, and he would be walking home with Bakugo. And this is when he sees All Might chasing a villain. Now, Deku's like, is that a villain? And he would make quick notes and see that the villain is made of sludge. Now, Deku would call out to the villain, and the villain would look at him and see his eyes. And the next thing the villain knew, the villain was in a time and he was back in his human state, but it was impossible. And he was tied up. The sky was red and everything else was black. And he just sees the boy staring at him. And then, as the boy was looking at him, next thing he knows, he's in a bottle, trapped. Deku is talking to All Might, telling All Might that he put the villain using his quirk in a trance. And All Might is like, that's very incredible. And All Might's thinking to himself, this boy, he's smart to think that he would actually get, it must be a drawback to him putting it in the mind control. He would ask Deku, do you have a mind control quirk? Deku would say no. He has a quirk that has something to do with his eyes. And All Might would be interested. All Might would see that his timer is gonna go off, and he would be like, anyways, I have to go. Now, All Might will leave, and he would jump off. Deku wouldn't grab onto him, and Bakugo wouldn't grab onto him. Bakugo would say to Deku that was weird. Now, when Deku gets home, he goes upstairs, and he's thinking, I know that I have things that I can release, but I want to find new ways to use them. When I use fire, I do different hand signs. Now, do I have to do different hand signs to make different things happen? And Deku would be researching it in his mind. I'm going to say he has a time frame of everything that happened in the events of Naruto, I'm going to just say. And he would just look. And he'll see different things, did different stuff. And then he'll come up with it. Now, he talks to Bakugo, and they's trying to find out where they'll train. And they find out that the beach is a good place to train. So they go there. Now, Deku has put it on himself to use his regular Sharingan instead of his Manga Q in his training, so he can get better understanding of it. Now, Deku would know the basics of chakra control. He wouldn't be advanced at it, but he would know the basics. And he would use them to strengthen himself a little bit. And they would stand at different ends of the beach, and they would start running at each other. Now, Bakugo would throw the first strike, and he would come with his usual. Now, Deku would see it. Bakugo would see Deku's Sharingan, look straight at the hand, and then in a swift motion, Deku would grab the hand and flip him over his back. Now Bakugo will place his hand under and use an explosion so he doesn't hit the ground. And then he would use an explosion to help him swing his foot to try to kick Deku. Deku would duck it and using his Sharingan to see what Bakugo's finna do. And then Deku would do hand signs and then do water. He would make a water bubble. So now they're both in the water bubble. And now Deku would jump out of it. And then he would do lightning style. But on the second before last hand sign, he would ask Bakugo, does he surrender? Now, Bakugo says he doesn't surrender. So Deku does lightning style. But he doesn't use enough to kill. He would just use enough to knock out. Like a taser. And probably 3 minutes later, Bakugo would wake up, saying that he has lost. Now, Bakugo would be mad that he lost, but he would have good sportsmanship towards Deku at least. Now, they trained for the whole 10 months, and Deku now knows how to do lightning style, lightning cloak. He knows how to do water style, water bullet. He knows how to do some of the water jutsus that the second Hokage did. And he would be interested in a jutsu that he saw that a kid with yellow hair did. Now he would look at it in his mindscape and he would try to copy him until he got it down to no hand signs. And he would notice that they would make clones of him. So now he knows Shadow Clone Jutsu. So Deku, it will be time for the UA entrance exam. And Deku would walk up the stairs with Bakugo, excited to do the exam. Now, he would go to the theory exam, and it would be a piece of cake. He doesn't get first place, but he comes in the top 10. But now, it's time for the practical exam. And Deku will make small talk with people, asking them what their quirks are. Some people telling him, some people not. And then Either comes along and is talking some bull, you feel me? So Deku would ask him politely to move. Either will be offended by this. And either will say, "You dare tell me to move as I am telling you to pay attention? How dare you?" So now, Deku has a grudge against Ida. Now, when it's time and the gates are opening and President Mike says go, Deku will use chakra control to help himself speeding up. He wouldn't be light speeds, but he wouldn't be the slowest. So now Deku is running and he sees a robot and he steps and then slight black tears come out his eye and all you see is black moving across the ground. And as soon as it touches the robot, it expands and shoots out. And it catches multiple robots, uh, like a lot of robots, and as soon as it connects, it spreads and it burns until they're nothing but ash. Now, Deku used flame control to do this, and Deku, he would keep running, and he would run on top of a building, and he would start doing hand signs, like a lot of hand signs, and then he would say, water style, water drop, and then a cloud would form, and then he would say lightning style, lightning bolt, and then it would start raining, and there was a bunch of robots that got water in between their cracks, and then simultaneously a lightning bolt would flash, and it would connect with multiple robots, and it would fry their circuits. So the exam administrators would say that it was time to let the 0 pointer out, and Deku would see a huge robot that was walking. Now Deku would see it as as bigger prey, and he would jump over there. Now Deku would jump, and then he would run on rooftops. And when he gets close enough, he would see people that weren't fast enough, that weren't faster than the robot. Now, Deku would jump off a building, and while in mid-air, he would do hand signs and say, Fireball, Fire Dragon Jitsu. And then he would shoot a fire dragon and see that it barely scratched the robot's surface. So then he would do flame control, flame arrow. Now he has his Susanoo, but he doesn't know how to use it, kinda. So he'll have the rib cage. He don't know how to use the rib cage, but he wouldn't be able to use it long. I can't make him too overpowered. Now Deku, he would try to shoot twin fire dragons at it, and then they would start denting. So then Deku would say, water style, flood, and he would shoot water at it so it would get in his feet, so the robot's feet would malfunction, so they wouldn't move as they needed to, giving other people time to escape. And then as he did this, he would say Inferno style, flame control, Amaterasu arrow, right? Cause he didn't do the arrow earlier. I forgot to say. He wanted to, but he didn't do it because he knew if he did it, it would fall back. So he gave people time to evacuate. So as he did this, the arrow shoots straight through. It shoots straight through the robot, making it stop moving completely. Now a lot of these jutsus I'm making up on my own. So the proctors are amazed that instead of just destroying the robot, he gave people time to evacuate. And after he destroyed it, Deku would go looking for he would go looking for people who were trapped and to help other people who were trying to get in the UA. Now, Deku, he would be happy, pleased with himself on how many robots he destroyed, feeling that he got a good grade, a good score. Now, about 2 days later, maybe a week at most, he would get a letter from UA, and a hologram would pop up. It would be All Might saying that he made it, telling him that he got the highest score thanks to him getting rescue points too. And that's where I'm going to end it off. Have a good day. Alright, back to nigga mode. So yeah. Good thing that I recorded today. I had time. My boy, Dom, I saw his video and I was like, bruh, I remember I was supposed to record. But anyway, yeah. I wanted to record. And I'm probably gonna record what if Deku had to stay in part 3. And what if Deku had lost power. I'm dropping what if Deku had Ultra Instinct. That bit trash. People don't even watch it. But yeah, I'm gonna also have to drop True Seeking Orbs. Not drop it, but post in school anyway. So yeah, have a good day, Kai.